former Packer, Robert Tonyan, who signed with the Bears last year, has now signed with another NFC North team. Here from Adam Schefter, former Bears and Packers tight end Robert Tonyan signed with the Vikings per me and Jeremy Fowler. This now makes it all 4 NFC North teams that Robert Tonyan has been a part of. And I'd forgotten that Tonyan started his career as an undrafted free agent with the Detroit Lions. I was reading through a Packers Wire article, and they brought that up, and I'd completely forgotten that. And so now he's been on all 4 NFC North teams. It's pretty crazy to think that, you start off with the Lions, you go to the Packers, the best team, in the NFL, but obviously in the NFC North, and then you somehow make it to the Bears and the Vikings. You've just been bouncing around through the NFC North. And Robert Tonyan did have his best year specifically when he was with the Packers and Aaron Rodgers. And if we look at his stats right here, you can see with the Packers from 2018 through 2022, he had that massive breakout season in his third season, 2020. 586 yards, 11 touchdowns. I think he may have been tied with the most touchdowns for tight ends in the league. I'm pretty sure. If not, he was at least very close. And ever since he tore his ACL, I really felt like he lost some of his ability after the catch, because I feel like after 2020, when he was with the Packers, he just struggled to, when he caught the ball, he wasn't super explosive. It seemed to me, at least, like he had lost a little bit after that injury. And in 2020, Aaron Rodgers was just feeding him the ball in the red zone. And so that was a massive year for him. And he never really got back to that form. In 2022, his last year with the Packers, he did have 470 receiving yards. And then last year, he signs with the Bears and only had 11 receptions for 112 yards. And I was curious. I was like, did he miss a lot of games from injuries? Because I honestly wasn't following him in the Bears too closely last season. And I believe he played in like 15 or 16 games. So he had a big dip last year in production, 112 yards. And now he has decided to join the Vikings. So now both him and Aaron Jones are on the Minnesota Vikings. And it feels to me, lots of these NFC North teams, like the Vikings and the Bears, love to sign Packers players. The Packers have done it in the past as well. Like signing Adrian Amos a few years back when he was on the Bears previously. It just feels like the Bears and Vikings are always trying to, pick up these Packers players, thinking, well, maybe, we can get some Packers players and finally, take some steps forward. But interesting that Robert Tonyan has now been on all 4 NFC North teams. And now the Packers, they're in a completely different situation than they were a few years ago when Tonyan was on the Packers. I think they have the best tight end room they've had in a long time. Probably the best they've been at tight end since Jermichael Finley back in the day in the early, 2010s, because he was a beast. The Packers really haven't had that type of tight end since that time, and now I think we have 2 of them in Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft, and I'm excited to see what they can do coming into their second season, see their development, their chemistry build with Jordan Love. But that is all I have for this video. If you want more Packers content, feel free to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.